Hey everyone, I hope you're having a blessed day, and today in this video, I'm gonna break down how to go about creating organic content for your startup company. And I've done this now for 2 other brands, and I'm actually working with them right now, so we just completed a content shoot today, and I thought what better way than to create a video that shares my process of going out creating content because, well, we've now done over 15 million in views for the brands, and well, it's continuing to grow from there. So I have somewhat of experience doing this, and it'll help you bring, a lot of clarity to going about creating content and how to go viral in a way that's going to demand engagement, loyalty, particularly conversions, and build that lifetime value because it's going to allow you to build that loyalty for your brand. Okay, so without further ado, I'm just going to jump in the iPad and get started. So I think the best way to do this is to really just show you, on a grid and walk you through how I go about the process, and so it can help you to structure it in a way that's going to kind of hopefully make it clear and understand. So essentially what I go about is, as a marketing lead, partner of companies, what I do is first a lot of research. Now I do a lot of research because, well, let's just say that I have to understand the market, and I have to understand the market. I have to understand the product, and so I use AI to help me with this a lot. But let me just write this down as well. So understand the market and product. Those are the 2 main important parts. Okay, because you have to understand what market you're even in, and you'll know immediately. I mean, obviously, you know the industry, but even deeper than that, it's like, what's your ICP? Who's your main audience that's going to be buying this? And in the beginning, you may not know, you may know, but either way, you have to figure that out. Okay, so the first part is a lot of research, and let me just mark it as like number 1, research. And how I go about doing this is initially, I just use AI to help me quickly find sources, and then I'd look through those sources. So I'd look on like articles, I'd look on reviews, on say like, for example, Amazon, whether that be Amazon, it could be even, okay, here's the big thing. Even though Amazon reviews are good, what I usually do is I copy and then use AI. So I copy all the reviews of like certain products that are similar to the product you're selling. So like Amazon, let me do this, competitor products. I look at competitor products. And I look at reviews. Wow, that is a terrible word for competitors. Competitor products. This is what happens when you're left-handed trying to write on an iPad. It's ridiculous. So you use AI to help sort through the reviews, and then you determine like what is the main benefits that people are discussing, what are some of the issues they're discussing, like what are some of the problems people are focusing on the product, and then from here you start finding correlations between them. And by the way, this is going to come back to creating the content that we discussed about. Okay, so you find benefits, use AI. Let me write that better. You can use AI to find the benefits, and issues, if any. What are some of the things they're facing? How are they resolved? Resolved? And this is a big thing, how can you differentiate yourself from the competition? All right, because that's actually going to help you stand out when going to create content and getting actually people to buy. So how can you differentiate yourself? Then from here, I also use a big component of this is Reddit. You'd be surprised, but if you type in on Google site and then ... Reddit, come on, baby, reddit.com, and then you do a space, and then whatever you're looking up. So say for example, site, and then you got your 2 dots. I don't even know what they're called. space reddit.com, and then you're looking at the specific topic. So you do another space right here, another space, and then you do whatever like the topic you're talking about. So it could be, say if we're talking about a health product, so it could be, actually let's use one of our brands, Trek Tent we're using. So this is an outdoors product that we're working with, and we just started working with them, and one of the things could be struggling with tent. And then it's going to pull up all of the relevant Reddit topics or discussions, conversations people have had about that issue. And then you can look through them and determine like which ones have had more comments, which one has more engagement, because that'll help you. That's a telltale sign that people are really like engaging in this particular problem or point about this. And then from there, you look through, you continue to read through the responses people are talking about. You can see like, oh, this point has been talked about a lot, and so that's a telltale sign that's something that people are desired about, because you have to understand what desires are going to be actually driving people to have struggle with their tent, or what are some ways you can stand out to differentiate yourself from the competition, from the other people that are in this space. So another one, and I would go through at least 5 to 10 of these, and I spend at least around 5 to 8 hours going through research, and I go deep in research, and I copy. So alongside Reddit, what I do is I copy notes that I like when I'm like reading in conversations. I'll copy the comments, anything people are saying that I like, and I'll put them in a document, and I put them in a document. Now, this document I then put as a PDF. It usually comes into like after like 5 to 8 hours, it's like 10 pages, 20 pages of like just notes and conversations that people have had with like similar to the pain points, the benefits, and this all comes into your market research document. Now, you put them together in a doc, and then you can put that into ChatGPT or an AI software. Now, this will allow you to understand, what's actually people like through all the 20 or 30 pages or however long the market research is. You can use AI to help you determine, what are the pain points that people are discussing, like that are coming up the most. And that'll help you determine, so you can go like this, like out of all this research, help me identify the main desires, and you can also say this, and issues people are facing. Okay? All right, here's the other thing. Are facing, and here's another part, and how our product can be different. Wow, my left-handed writing is amazing. Okay? And how our product can be different. So this is going to be like, out of all this research, help me identify the main desires and issues people are facing and how our product can be different. Differently positioned. Let's say that. Okay? So that's going to help you understand what are the claims people are saying across all your research. And I would consider, all this research through Reddit, Amazon articles, just Google search in general, looking at all of the content, because everything's good. And then using AI to help you identify through all that research, what are the main desires and issues people are facing and throughout the competition, and how you can stand out and target those desires. And so from here, you should have, like, I would suggest even saying, you could say this, the main 5, let's just do that. 5 desires, that's a good starting point. The main 5 desires listed, actually, what's the top 5? Let's do top 5, that'll be even better. The main top 5 desires and issues. Then from there, it'll throw them out, And that'll help you when creating the scripting for the content, how you're going to create the hooks, how you're going to create the videos, and target those specific desires. Okay, so this is going to be step 2 right here, which is going to be strategy. So you got research, you got strategy, and this is where you're going to go and develop. I would consider, what we do is we shoot 20 videos a month. So we go out, we shoot 20 videos, but first we strategize. So let me just do this. We shoot 20 videos. So we strategize 20 videos, and they're going to be viral, text, hook videos. Okay? And when we're strategizing these, we look on Instagram, strategize. We look on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook even sometimes, but mainly Instagram and TikTok. And we identify, in the industry. So within industry, we look at what videos are going viral. Industry, what videos, come on, are going viral. Now, why are we doing this? Because we want to start looking at what, the hooks that are using, what is different about them, what makes them stand out, and you'll start to notice a correlation between this. And ideally, when within the industry, what videos are going viral? Well, from here we would just go and look at videos over 1 million views or more. Even then, you can look at videos that maybe have 800,000, 500,000. Just depends on the follower count. You have to follow the 5x rule, so which means when the 5x rule states that for every 1,000 followers they have, you times it by 5, or let me just do this then, make it even simpler. So essentially, that is so bad. Okay, I just did that even worse. Essentially, 5,000 views has to be for a video to go viral if they have 1,000 followers, because you times it by 5. Now, we would extrapolate that and say, if it was 100,000 people that they were following that account, and they got a video that did 1 million views, that's a viral video because it's 10x the amount of followers they have, and the algorithm goes based off of the amount of followers and the view count. So you have to look at it and go, okay, well, this video, they got 5,000 views, they have 1,000 followers. It did follow the 5x rule because it got more views than their follower count. That's just what we look at. So 5x rule, kind of important to understand. And then from here, when we're scripting out, we also look at the text hooks, what's used. So we look at the text hooks. Wow, this is just great. Text hooks, and model them. Okay, we model them because why reinvent the wheel when you can follow something that's already gone viral and just create your own twist on it, create your own unique points, because it's your product, so you want to stand out. We follow the same text format. We follow the same, it could be the same environment. So environment, whether it's inside or outside, is there trees in the background? Is it a cold day? Is it autumn, fall, or whatever? Trying to create the same environment to keep it similar. Like the caption. Was the caption short or long? Caption short or long? Was it a curious statement? Was a question in the caption? All these things come together to help you create a viral video faster. Wow, I am sad that I will get better over time for writing on this dang thing, but holy crud. It is hard to write on this thing left-handed. Okay, anyway, those are the main 3 that I look at: the text hooks, what was used, in the environment, the caption short or long, and again, the text hook as well as the visual hook, because it could be videos that are talking. So if talking style videos are working better in your industry because maybe your product is more of a, you have to discuss about it instead of demonstrating it. Maybe it's a more complex product, so you have to, teach people, understand how to use it. Then by all means, go to visual hooks and look at what they were doing, okay? And like, how are they saying it? How long was the video? The length is a big thing as well. Let's see that, the length of the video. All these things come into play when going about strategy. Then from here, we go into actually scripting the videos. So we take what we've done with the text hook, the environment, the caption length, we've understood all this. We actually use a spreadsheet in a Notion doc to actually go through all this, but we don't actually have to use that. We can use AI to help us determine that for us. And then from here, we actually go about strategizing the videos. And we start modeling the text hooks that we found, and we create our own. And depending on, the market research, everything, we take all of that and we use AI to help us craft the text hooks. And then from there, so we, AI, okay, plus the research plus research. Let's just make this even simpler, like a formula. Plus research, plus, and then it's the, what's it called? Strategy, which is going to be the videos that we found that are viral, okay? And we're modeling the hooks used and the styles used equals, so we use AI, research plus strategy equals viral video text hooks for your product. Okay? Now, here's the important part. I would create 20. So you could say to AI, it's like, hey, AI, craft me 20, maybe 20 to 30 hooks. Because then from here, it's your job to go strategize it out. You can't use AI 100% of the time. You can't. It's not that valuable right now. I don't believe so. So what we do is we first strategize the 20 to 30 hooks we like. Then it just comes down to judgment. So like AI isn't perfect. And so it comes down to customer, what you feel as someone that looks at the hook and goes, would I be engaged into that? And like, how could I see the video coming into play? That's like, as a strategist, you have to understand that and you'll get better over time. But then step 3, is strategy. Scripting is scripting, okay? Now, you script out the 20 videos. So scripting 20 viral videos, focused. And when I say strategize, and when I say not strategize, when I say scripting, I mean you include the text within video. And I also, after this, like the text in video is here. And then I do in parentheses for like the video itself, for the breakdown, the clips and like where you're going to be shooting this. So insert clips here. So like insert clips breaks down, I should say here for breakdown. Basically, you're just telling yourself where you're going to be shooting this. And what I see that works the best is just walking it through in your head of going and creating the video. So like I use a sheet, just paper I bring with me when I'm going to shoot content, and it breaks down each clip itself. So like video 1, and then I look at the script and I go, okay, here's the text hook, this is the clip. So it's like a clip of someone walking across frame with Trek 10. It's like that simple. But we just want to get that B-roll shot so we can use it again for later use. So we get that clip, and then from there we do the next line. So for first line, first, second, third, and just keep going down the list for each line. And it should only be, depending on the video. Again, if it's a talking video, it's a little different. But if this is like a text style video, then you got your first, you got your second clip, your third, and so forth. It shouldn't be more than 20, 30 seconds. I suggest even like 10 to 15 is plenty, because it helps you very quickly show the product, build that engagement, and also the longer people watch the video, so the shorter the video, the better watch time, the better the video goes. It is interesting. It's not all the time, but for the most part, that's what we found is like the longer people watch, retention is the best. So you got your first clips, your second, third, and then you got your ending, which is usually a call to action if it's a short form video and you're talking. If not, it's usually what we do is a picture of the logo and we're just explaining, where to find us. You can find us, and then it says like order yours today. So it just gives people to call to action, call to action, call to action every time. All right. So now from here, shooting. So we got stage 3. Stage 4 is shooting the content. Now, as far as like what we do, like today we went and shot a content, and we actually went to the environment that we were going to shoot in. It was outside because it was a product that makes sense to go outside, and you just have to figure that out for yourself. Like for your product, where is it best shown? Now, if it's like a software or something, then pretty much anywhere you show it. Otherwise, if it's a software that is a specific industry, then absolutely you can go and if it's like a construction software or like a church software or health software like working out, et cetera, et cetera. It gives you just a place, shooting, and we can just say this within relevant environment. Okay, relevant environment. Because if you're shooting the video in places that like have no correlation to the product whatsoever, then it's completely pointless and people will be so confused. So you have to do it within a relevant environment. And I hope you can understand what that means right here. Okay. So then from here, once you shoot the content, I recommend getting over the amount of content you need. I would say get as many different clips as you can because you can always edit them together for later use. So then from here, it comes down to editing. Now, editing, I would keep very simple. Simple scales, fancy fails. If you're trying to create these fancy clips all the time, you're gonna lose interest, you're gonna burn out, unless you're hiring someone else to do it for you. But if you're not in the beginning, then you have to just have the ability to scale without feeling like you're bottlenecked. And I would consider modeling again what other project or what other videos have gone viral and what they did. Like what's their style of editing? Of course, use your branding, your colors, etc. But like the style, like what does it look like? Is it not that crazy edited? Is it like mainly just B-roll shots transitioning slowly through, or is it like a time-lapse style? Whatever it is, editing, it comes down to your style. To your style. And then I would consider this matching. Or even better, I'll say this, modeling. Modeling the successful videos that you're looking at, okay? Model the successful videos. Now, from here, what you'll do is stage 6. You post them. Now, you don't have to edit them all at once. However, I would consider posting them, I would say edit them. Let me go back to this real quick. You could edit 5 videos a week. So 5 videos a week. And by the way, if you do this correctly, this like B-roll content that you're getting, because mainly it's going to be textile videos that are 10 to 20 seconds long, this content should last you for more than a month. And I would consider posting 5 times a week. So first off, you edit them, 5 videos. If you want, you can hire someone to run them. You can hire us if you wanted us to create content and shoot and everything. But other than that, you edit 5 videos a week, or you can edit 20 videos for the month and then just schedule them out and post them. Schedule with MetaSuite. Do not use any other app. It'll kill engagement. Use the internal MetaSuite app to schedule out posts. And there's nothing wrong with scheduling posts. You can get insane reach, insane engagement. There's no issue there. Like we schedule posts out and we get insane views. We've now again done 15 million views. So we know what we're doing as far as posting goes. And then you post. 5 videos Monday through Friday. Of course, if you want to do Saturday and Sunday, more than happy to. You can go above and beyond and knock yourself off. Do 30 videos a month, but we just stick to 5 videos Monday through Friday. And then number 7 is going to be review. So after the first month, we post all those content, we review the content. We see which ones did well, which ones, hang on a sec, which ones did well, which ones didn't, and how we can improve. Which ones, and then how can we improve? How can we improve? Okay? This is going to allow you to start building the momentum, the engagement, the consistency for your brand. And after the first month, you'll know immediately what videos are doing well and how you can start variating them and doing different versions of the ones that are winning to get even more volume and more momentum to get more views. Okay, so that is how I would structure the very easy process to follow, but this is what's going to allow you to really start growing effectively. And again, creating organic content for your startup is the most important part for getting traction, because then from there you can use the videos that are doing really well and you can run them as ads. You can see what is your market hitting on the most? Like, what's the desire that people are just absolutely loving, that people are making them buy? Okay, and in the beginning it'll be slow. You may get a video that does 50,000 views and gets no sales. We've got a video that done, I think it was 150,000. We got 0 sales and we were really annoyed. And then the next video we did, it got 1 million views and we absolutely got a ton of sales. I think it was 200 sales. So it was it's a lot different than running ads. It's not as consistent, of course, but when you can create consistent content, that's how you scale. All right. So ads are, yes, going to be consistent in terms of how many people are seeing your product, as far as getting better and better with the marketing desire. But organic content in the beginning for your startup is going to be huge for your growth. Okay. So I hope this can help you. Again, if you're, a startup company, you're a business owner, you're just having trouble. Maybe you have the funding, you have everything ready to go. It's just that the content and just trying to figure out for yourself is just too time consuming. Then feel free to reach out to us. We can check your brand and see if it's a good fit. If not, we can go our separate ways, and at least you'll continue to watch our content and learn from it. Okay, so either or, take care. I hope this helped you guys in any way. Like and subscribe for more like this. And as always, I wish you a very blessed day.